Mark McCarthy, we saw that go down. Mark McCarthy pretty much showed the world, hey, I mean business. I will take on anything. He won that heat. Jared Houston and Mark McCarthy went at it for semifinal number 1. Jared Houston is now in the final. And you can see the rest online. And this is it. We're coming down to the last 30 minutes of the 2012 IBA World Tour Grand Slam Series. In the water, in the red jersey, the South African who has been on fire, Jared Houston. He will face off with your 2011 world champion, backflip and aerial master, PLC. This is going to be a very exciting heat to watch.
Well, both these guys in the early 20s. I think Pierre's 23, Jared's 22, as Jared draws first blood in the barrel like he's been doing all day. Threading the needle on the inside there. Can he do his invert? Let's see what he does.
Oh my! Are you kidding me? Jared Houston starts off the Fronton Pro final with an amazing barrel ride to a giant backflip.
Well, it's got to be in the high 8s to low 9s for a start there. And he's been doing that all day, man. He takes off, threads the barrel. He's not even setting himself up. He's just slotting right in there. Comes out. We expected an invert, and he surprises with a backflip. Let's watch this again. The wave jacks up on the takeoff. He's drawing a line. No real bottom turn on that one. Threads the needle, adjusts the board, adjusts his line, comes down low, out with the spit. Up he goes again, and watch this backflip here. Boom. All the way around.
Oh, my. You could not ask for a better backflip than that,
well,
given the peace sign to everybody.
9.25 to open the scores.
Here's another angle. As you can see, he's totally slotted behind the barrel, finds the perfect line. Personally, I thought he was going to kick out of the wave right there, but I'm not in the final. I'm not Jared Houston. This is what he does. Big backflip and lands perfectly on the face of the wave. Look at that. Number 1 sign. He is happy with that. Can PLC come back with something solid like that?
Well, we saw PLC do it in the semi-final heat where he got a 9.43 and an 8 point something or other. And here comes the set at the back and Pierre scratching for this one. But that was probably the most perfect backflip landing that we've seen all contest as Pierre pedals into a monster here.
It's massive! A big drop! He's just getting eaten up alive on that one. Oh, that was huge. I just hope he's okay. He is just
let's have a look here. Where is he? Can we see him? There's the board. He's okay. He's up. He's getting sucked down. Now, when those waves take you, you think you're up, and they're still sucking you down, you know? So he looks to be okay on that one as we watch the replay. This thing just jacks up.
Look how massive this is. He airdrops pretty much all the way to the bottom. Boom, there he makes contact and able to maintain his rail, but not enough speed to stick with that wave as the whole ocean just rushes across the shallows here at El Fronton. Oh, my.
Well, that foam ball just ate him up, man. He came up behind him and sucked him down. You saw him getting corkscrewed in that one. You see it from a different angle here. That's a big drop. Straight down, sets the rail perfectly, but he has no speed.
Zero.
He tries to pull up, and he just gets corkscrewed right here.
Oh, my. Another solid attempt from PLC, your 2011 world champion. That was a great effort, but not your high-scoring wave like Jared Houston. That was amazing.
Well, I was saying before that backflip from Jared Houston, the way he landed that, he just went bang, popped it around, perfect landing. He got a 9.25, which was an just score. So we have Jeff Hubbard coming in. He'll replace me in 5 minutes, and we'll hear what the champion has to say. I'm sure he's got to settle down. His heart's pumping, but he's going to be talking for Manny in 5 minutes. He'll talk us through the last half of this final. So Pierre-Louis Costes, Jared Houston, they're going to give it their all. We saw that from Pierre-Louis. Not going to hold back. He's going to go hard. Okay, so we have 26 minutes to go on this heat. And the big news is Jeff Hubbard is your 2013 IBA World Champion. As Pierre has a look on this inside wave, what's he going to do here? He pulls out, decides not to go.
Again, we are going to have Jeff Hubbard in here in the next few minutes just to make sure that you get to hear from him and how he feels and the intensity, the tension, everything that went through in these last 20, 30 minutes as he sat and watched Dave Winchester and PLC go at it. PLC, he started fresh today. He just had the quarterfinals, semifinals, and here he is in the final right now. So I'm pretty sure he's very fueled up and energized.
Here comes
and look
a lump,
at this.
man. Here's a lump, and we got Jerry Houston scratching into it. What's he going to do here? Bottom turn, sets himself up again, and I think he's... Oh, can he come out of it? He
Oh,
does.
Jared Houston finds the exit.
Oh,
The
he's on fire.
He's
He's
just
on
having
fire.
a good time out there.
Oh, he's stoked. And
Oh,
this will be his maiden tour victory. He's got a 9.25 as first scoring wave, and that won't be too far behind.
that was another amazing barrel ride from Jared Houston. You can see him just pushing and kicking as hard as he can. Soon as he gets into it, sets his rail, moves up high in the speed line. He knows it's going to chandelier, and then boom, holds on, comes out with a spit. I felt that from here. Another amazing barrel ride from Jared Houston. You can see the smiles right there. He is pumped. Here's another angle. You can see him kicking, pushing as hard as he can. He had to get over that ledge, sets his rail, and then boom, he's in first gear, going full blast, getting spit out of that long, deep pit. And you can see he is a happy camper right there. Jeff Hubbard is now in the commentator's booth. PLC's waiting patiently. Jeff Hubbard, what the heck? How you feeling, brother?
Oh, feeling amazing. Yeah, that was unreal. Just PLC's my new best friend. Yeah, Pierre, he just killed it, and I hope he does well in this heat. And Jerry's just dominating this heat. He's got a 9.25, 8.45.
Well,
so I'm just so psyched. I just won the world title. I can't even tell you like what I'm feeling.
Last year was you and PLC
Yeah.
going head-to-head till the very end, and he took that
Yeah.
away from you.
This year he handed it to me. He took
This
it away
year-
and then he hands it to me, and I just you can't even script this stuff. You can't write it. And it's just like I just can't believe it. Just want to say thank you to all my friends
Yes.
and family back home. I know they were watching on, they were praying as hard as I was. So thank you guys. I love you. You know who you are. I know you all know exactly who you are out there. And you guys are right here with me, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. Just
Those last few minutes in the heat where it was Dave Winchester and PLC. We saw the video of you on the ground, just waiting to hear the results, just waiting for that heat to end.
Yeah.
What was going through your mind? What was going through your whole emotions?
Man, there's no emotions. I was just so thankful that I was in this position, and I was just saying thanks to God that I was here. Like, okay, hey, whatever happens, I just need to be relaxed and just see what happens. I just couldn't watch. I could not literally watch for 5 minutes. My heart was in my throat, and just had to just sit there and just try and calm myself down and wait for the last scores. I mean, it came down, the heat ended, and I'm still waiting for scores, just like, wait.
That's
Shouldn't
right.
someone be either picking me up or telling me next time? I'm like, it didn't happen. Oh, look, up and running, PLC, Pierre-Louis Cost, taking off on a huge one. He's driving, he's deep, he gets spit out. What's he going to do next, man? He might do something here. He's going to have to if he wants to match Jerry's. Nice roll. Didn't quite make the roll, but that's his best wave of the heat, and that's awesome. I mean, I'm just rooting for the guy. He helped me out, and I love Jerry too. And I'm hoping Pierre takes it just because he just helped me get a world title.
It's easy for me and whoever's in the hot seat to talk about what's going on out there, but really, how difficult is it out there in these conditions?
You know what? The waves are pumping, man. I paddled out with my heat with Mark, and it was literally like Mark took off on a 12-footer. I thought it was huge, and I was just like, did he die or did he get a 10-point ride? I was just like, I didn't know. The beach was cheering, and heard he needs help, and I was just like, man, this is gnarly stuff. He's pushing himself over the falls on 12-footers to try and beat me here. Like,
well, how shallow is it right there on that wave where PLC's at?
Oh, you come off, you're gonna hit the bottom. I mean, we see all the boys have like cuts all over their hands and all over their feet, and you just don't want to come out. You don't want to, fall off. And so, I mean, I was stoked. I got some really good waves in my heat, and I thought I was doing good until that last 1 second left. Mark just catches a 9-point, something ride. It was amazing. And then, so I was like, well, this happened again. Like Jason Finley did that to me last year. And so I was like, wow, this is not happening again 2 years in a row. What's just happened? And I was like, so I walked the long road back from, there's a long road where they drop you off, and I was just like, well, I'll try to refresh. And then Sasha almost takes down Winnie for, and that was it, heart stopping for a second. I was like, what's going on here?
Yes.
And all of a sudden, I knew I had to wait for the Pierre showdown. And so when that happened, and I was on my seats, those guys are trading off nines. I mean, Winnie was ahead. Pierre needed a 9 something, and Pierre comes back with a 9.43, just the most incredible display of bodyboarding I've seen. He rolls out of an 8-foot barrel, like flying out, and I was just in awe. I'm watching it go down. I'm just like, don't go left, because I'm just all about the rights out here.
Yep.
And he's just going on these 8-10-foot lefts, just pulling in, and Jacob's going, yeah, go left. And I'm like, what do you mean? I want him to just get a 10 on the right, but no, he's getting 9s on the lefts, and Wow, it was just the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
So this is number 3 for you. So you got 3 world titles under your belt. I mean, does it end here, or you come back and you want another world title? What's next for Jeff Hubbard?
Well, the years. I mean, gosh, can my heart take it, Manny? I mean, no spring chicken. I gotta cut down on the French fries or something if I'm gonna keep doing this. This is it's intense. But no, seriously, yeah, I'm gonna be back next year. Just, surfing the tour. Trying as hard as I can to win an event, and coming off. The dramatic day. I've had a low coming off a loss in that heat, which would have propelled me, much farther ahead of Dave and given me a more comfortable position. Losing there and having it come down to the wire is just crazy. I mean, Dave Winchester, hats off to him, and I just want to say, yeah, my heart goes out to his family and friends out there who are pulling for him. I know you guys, backing the right horse, and he's the most consistent bodyboarder on tour this year. And I hope Amy and the kids are doing well. And I didn't mean to take Coco's tuition money. But, hey,
it's
thank
a
you
battle.
guys for being so great. And Winnie's just a great friend, and he's just one of the best bodyboarders on the planet. And he made it that much more special for me to win. I mean, he brings it down to the wire. It was definitely no one's getting handouts here. I knew if he won, he was just going to feel just like that's like a top of the world, just like I did. Like he earned it, like every step of the way. Yep. And so to come back and what a day! What a day, Manny.
Yes, I mean
we got a final on our hands. I mean, Pierre has a 7.33. Jerry's well ahead. He's actually comboed Pierre with 20 minutes left, which is plenty of time for Pierre. He got 9s all day long. He's the informed rider. Him and Jerry are the 2 informed riders of the event. That's what's the best thing. We got the 2 best riders of the day going head to head in the final. Everyone wants to see it, and I apologize if my dramatics took away from this final anyway for all you guys. Here we go. Someone with legend, Pierre-Louis Coste on the huge left, just getting shocked out of his mind. He's not done. He did a spin out of that and just didn't make it. He tried to spin there, Manny, to get the 10 because he's in combo. Amazing surfing.
You firsthand, tell us exactly what happens when they don't make it out of these barrels that look wide open.
Well, he made it out. He just tried to do a spin in the barrel. Okay. That's why he didn't make it. I mean, I don't know if we can slow motion, but look, Jerry went right on that. Jerry is a nutcase, man. Look at him airdropping. What's he going to do? I mean, that was 8-foot, 10-foot, huge square pit. Look at him go driving. Can he make it over the shockwave? If he does, man, it's going to be incredible. Wow, that's how powerful it is. That's the problem with some of these rights, man. It's just there's so much water being forced out of the barrel to ride out clean is next near impossible. We've seen multiple guys just not making it out of the barrels because they come out right at the end, but they're off their board and rolling around the whitewater. And here's a replay of Pierre's wave. He drops in, super scoop. He's been doing this all day, and especially in the last heat, I really appreciated all those 9-pointers. And look, he doesn't spin like he tries to spin there, and he just gets his rail caught, I think. Awesome stuff by Pierre-Louis Coste, last year's world champion, and really proud of him.
Well, we don't want to take away from your celebration time, so thank you once again for coming in here and celebrating in here with all the viewers and your fans.
Thanks, guys.
Any last words you want to say to everybody watching, tuning in from all over the world?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to Alpha Campaign, Jonah, for supporting me this year and supporting this contest, and Tamara at 662. And I just want to say, thanks to Eddie. I know Eddie was watching out for me, so all you guys out there who know Edward Solomon that passed away last year, he was one of my best friends, and I know he's looking out for me today. And it's one of those things he just said last year. They're like, God either answers the question 2 ways, yes or not yet. And so last year they said not yet, and this year he said yes. So they were looking out for me, and I'm just, really blessed, and just want to say thanks to all my friends and family out there and for all the support all year and every day. I mean, it's not like a one-time thing. They're just supporting me today. They've been supporting me all year, just going hard, really pulling for me, and it's great to have. I mean, and I really appreciate it, and they know how much I love them. My brother Dave and Mike, I know they're watching. I just want to say I love you guys, and I didn't get to call you yet, but I will. Thank you guys for the awesome support. You guys mean everything to me, and it's just wonderful.
All right. I'm sure your mom, dad, everybody's watching, so they are very proud of you, I'm sure, as well as myself, fellow American. And so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Your 2012 IBA World Champion, Jeff Hubbard, wins the title here at a very spectacular ending of the 2012 IBA World Tour. We still have a final out there. Jeff Hubbard, go celebrate, brother. We'll talk to you later on today.
Thanks, Manny. Appreciate it.
All right. So there you have it. Jeff Hubbard winning the 2012 IBA World Championship Tour. He is your champion on the 2012 World Tour. So a shout out to our other world champion, Sasha Specker. He is your 2012 Dramny World Champion, and as well as Isabella Sosa, your women's world champion. So a shout out to all three of them. And look at Jared Houston. It looks like he's just having fun, like it's a regular old day at his home break.
Well, that split pig Manny was insane. I was sitting on the side of the booth here looking at it, and that thing was humongous. Everyone was screaming. The thing was easy, 6 to 8 foot. Both guys going left and right, and they just got swamped. And I couldn't say I heard you guys talking about Pierre busting out a spin on that thing. So
yeah, that was
just, and the waves are pumping in for this final. It's been a great contest as we see Jerry just whip one off the top, and he's got an 8.45 and a 9.25. So he's already in a commanding lead, a combined score of 17.7, and Pierre is still in combo land. So yeah, he is in combo land for first place. So it's coming down to the wire here. We've got the two young guns of the tour. I think I was just told there's only a few months between them and their birth dates. And there's a bit of a rivalry in terms of a healthy rivalry here. So at this stage, Jared Houston is running away with it. So Jeff Hubbard, you just heard from there, 2013 world champion, very humble guy, very appreciative of all the guys that have supported him, his family, his friends. And they've helped him get to where he is today, but most of it's come from Jeff himself, an amazing rider. And if any of you guys have seen the video clip he launched this year from Mexico, I mean, that thing was just next level. Probably the best video I've seen in the last, 3 to 5 years, if not the best ever. So here we have Pierre-Louis Costes.
Oh my,
spins
nice.
In the pit, riding
Nice.
that one.
Oh, keep saying, oh my, nice spin in the barrel, comes out with a backflip. Wow. PLC with a solid ride right there. That has to go down as one of probably the best waves so far in this heat. I mean, he is on the hunt for a whole new set of waves, and that right there will definitely help his campaign. He's in a combination situation, which means he has 2 new whole waves. Look at this.
Let's watch this again, man. He's leaning forward, down on his rail. Stalls, sets up, perfect spin in the barrel. Those things are very hard to do. Negotiates the shockwave, drives through the pit, comes up. Nice little backy there. Almost kind of like a backy ARS.
That was insane.
That will score well for Pierre. So, game's still on here. 12 minutes, 30 minutes to go. And Pierre's not going to knock out Dave Winchester just to give up in the final. So, here we go again. Bottom turn, as I said, leans in on that inside rail, stalls with his legs, spins in the pit, comes out, rides the foamy, and here he comes through, gets enough speed to rock up, wrap around, projects through that one.
Oh my, look at that.
ARS/black flip, and that'll be a good scoring wave. I'm seeing 10s, I'm seeing 9s. That's a 9.83, Matty.
Oh my, that's going to help PLC. Now he's back in the ball game. 12 minutes, 20 seconds remaining. His 7.33 and 9.83 still is good enough. Now he's on the hunt for a 7.87.
7.87, and that's not beyond Pierre. We saw him knock out Dave Winchester, and that's not beyond Pierre. So we've got 12 minutes to go, heaps of time, and here we go, counting down the big one. Could it be the maiden champion, the maiden tour victory for Jared Houston, or will it be a great way to end the season for Pierre-Louis Costes?
All right, so yes, it is totally possible for PLC to still come back. He only needs a 7.87, and that is what he's after right now on his next wave. Jared Houston, he is still in the lead and turning around on this one. Look at this right-hander. Oh, my. Oh, he's not even going to go for the barrel board. Giant ARS. He bounced off the landing right there. That was probably the biggest ARS attempt I have ever seen. Jerry Houston. Oh, my.
We'll see this on the replay. He's dropping down from about 8 foot. The wave is not that big, but the way it projects him out, and when he spins, he's out in the flats, landing on his chest, and it just bounced him. He couldn't sprint it around. So we'll see that in the replay. But, I mean, he's getting 3s and 4s for these moves, mate. So watch this. He's coming down off the bottom there, just accelerates, drops the hammer down, comes up, and then bang. Look how far out he gets projected. He's way out there.
Look at that.
Air dropping, and then just bounces off that one, catches a rail, and over he goes for the rope-a-dope. So
that was massive.
Well, Pierre was quiet there, and he's throwing down that big score of a 9.83. So he's like, come on, Jerry, I'm still in this, mate. So Pierre needs a 7.87 as we're hearing hoots. So is that a big wave coming out? We don't know.
Oh my! Way out the back. Oh, PLC on a giant one.
Well, he
The
needed-
crowd is erupting. We're going to show you the replay, but oh my, PLC was on a massive wave on the back, out the back. It was PLC just getting totally slotted in and comes
Well,
out.
here's
Here it
the
is.
replay, and we
Look
can
how
hear the
big
hoots
this
from the
is.
side. It's a big wave, man. He off the bottom, sets it in the pit.
Oh,
He's right in the shocky. Short wave. That will count. That'll bring the score down a bit. It's not going to be a massive score, but he just needs a 7.87, and we're waiting for that score to drop. So we could hear the hoots from the peanut gallery. We couldn't see that wave, but and Pierre sneaks back into priority with that one too, because Jared got snotted on the inside. So man, it's coming down. 10 minutes to go, and we're gonna have a new Fronton champion. Jace Finlay did not progress out of his heats earlier today. He was beaten by an on-fire band player, who was in turn beaten by Pierre-Louis Costes, who you see here now. So Pierre's been on fire too. We've been talking up Jared Houston, and rightly so. He's been ripping it out there, but Pierre-Louis Costes has come through quietly on the other side of the draw. He's in the final, and his last score is dropping now at 7.93. That puts him into first place, Manny. So Pierre-Louis Costes is now in first place.
Oh my!
And he's ahead by 0.06. Okay, so when he lost just in that last round, but with a 0.98, Pierre-Louis Costes is winning the the NMD versus Fronton Pro for 2012 by the very slim margin of 0.06.
Wow. So Jared Houston was on a hot streak right there in the beginning of this heat. I thought he was just going to walk away with it, but PLC says, no way, I'm still playing this game. So here we are down to the last 8 minutes and 37 seconds. It is coming down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. PLC now in the lead. Jared Houston leading an 8.52 to get back into that first place spot. The South African, we've seen it do it before. He can do it again right here. South African versus the Frenchie.
Well, like we keep telling, he's gunning for his maiden tour victory, and there's no love lost between these two young guns. There's Winnie. He's getting high fives from his boys, and it's good to see him smiling. I think he's going to come up here and see Jeff in a bit. I'm sure he's disappointed, and we're all disappointed for him, but he's a great competitor, like I said before, a great ambassador for the sport, and we'll have a few quiet beers with him tonight and reassess next year. But a very, very worthy vice champion, and like I say, we're proud to have him. So Dave Winchester, very close, probably as close as you can be. And Jeff Hubbard's felt that. He felt that last year. And, when he's going to spring back, and he's young, he's committed, he's healthy, he's into his organic food, he's drinking bovine cholesterol and all sorts of weird stuff, whereas I'm smacking on croissants and baguettes. But Winnie, he'll be back, like I say. But back to the final now with 7 minutes 21 to go, and Pierre-Louis Costes with that nice wave.
I think if Winnie just does what he's been doing, he will definitely have a world title in his back pocket within the next few years, easy.
Well, it's interesting. I mean, guys would think here he's got, what's that, four thirds, 2 firsts. He should be, why is he not the world champion? But don't forget, this is judged on your best 5 results. So it gives the guys to throw away a couple of heats. And Hubby, he's won 3. He's won 3 contests. And most guys, we got Jared Houston here trying to win 1. Hubby's won 3 in the year. So it shows you just what level Hubby's on. I mean, Jeff Hubbard was on fire all event, and an unfortunate situation where his boards were taken from his car and he had to ride someone's board. He got knocked out in that heat by Mark McCarthy, and luck went his way today with Pierre-Louis Costes knocking out Dave Winchester by 0.98. So Winnie will reflect on what's been today. It's been an amazing ride, and but hey, we've got a new world champion, Jeff Hubbard. As I keep saying, very, very, very worthy winner. I've known Jeff since he was 15, I think. I used to be on a brand called Tubes back in the day. He was a little, he's skinny now. You should have seen him back then. He was just tiny. We had to make his boards with rocker so he could take the bottom turn, because he couldn't bend the boards up. So, and he rode bat tails back then, Manny. He was riding a bat tail. And we had the debate yesterday or on Wednesday, what, crescent tail versus bat tail. And, Hubby's won his 3rd world title on a bat tail. We're not sure if that's the secret ingredient, the secret weapon. I'd say that Jeff's phenomenal ability has a lot to do with that. But as we keep saying, a very worthy champion, and he'll represent the sport for next year and hold the flag high for the IBA and bodyboarding as a whole. So,
Well said.
5 minutes to go.
5 minutes, 15 seconds remaining here at the NMD versus Fronton Pro, brought to you by uriding.com, Alpha Campaign 662 Mob, likebodyboard.com. Again, it's not too late for you to walk away with a prize in your hand. Head on over to the IBA World Tour Facebook page, like the page, and then there is a button to the right, top right, that says
Jerry
win.
Houston, here we go, Manny.
Click on that, fill it out. Here we go. Oh, with
Oh,
priority, PLC
PLC.
takes this wave.
And he got
Can he
snotted.
hold on to it? Can he come out of this barrel? No, you saw him drop into another little ledging
Well,
barrel.
Pierre had priority, Manny. 4.43 to go. Jerry was having a look, and Pierre said, "You're not going to have it," and just took off to block him pretty much. So that leaves Jerry with priority with 4.31 seconds to go. So it's still going. We've got under 5 minutes, and all we need from Jared is an 8.52. When I say all, Jared's been on fire this whole contest, the
Yes.
form surfer of the event, and that is not beyond him.
We've seen a lot of heats today come down to the last few seconds, and this is, could come down to it right now in this final 4 minutes
Well, here's
remaining.
Jerry having a look at this one, Manny.
Oh, my.
That's setting up well for him.
Look
And
at
could this
this.
be the wave? He needs an 8.53. Turns off the spins in the
Oh,
barrel.
can he do
Can
what
he's coming out.
PLC do?
Ooh, no, he pulled up a little bit too high, just got stuck. And that shows you how hard that move is. It might not be a big air. It might not be a backflip. But to pull a spin inside a barrel like Fronton is a very difficult maneuver. And we'll see it right here. He comes down, sets up, realizes it's a small wave. He jams it in very quick, and he just gets caught. I thought he was coming out for a second. We could see his head. I'm sure he was like within a foot of coming out of that wave. So Pierre's paddling out. Jared's paddling out there, sorry, in the red vest. So time's ticking away. 3 minutes, 26 seconds before we crown the 2012 Fronton champ. At this stage, Pierre-Louis Costes in the lead with a combined score of 17.76. Jared Houston, 17.7. So once again, 0.06 separates these two young guns.
Oh, my. 3 minutes remaining. The last 3 minutes of the 2012 IBA World Tour is coming down to this. Jared Houston on the hunt for an 8.52 to take that first place spot away from PLC, who is currently leading by 0.06. This is what it was like the entire day today. Really close calls, very tight situations, and some incredible wave riding from the best bodyboarders in the world.
Well, the first heats of the day were a bit, the surf was funky. I mean, it's huge out there, and the tide was low. But we had to get these guys out in the water. We had to finish the event today. It was the best day on the what would you say, on the, what's the word, Manny? Can't think of it right there.
The tour.
Well, no, the best day that we had in our window, let's say,
Contest
to run
window.
the contest. Tomorrow the wind's going to come up. Sunday looks amazing, but the wind's right into it. So we had to run today, and the contest directors and the riders called it. They made the right decision. And while we've got a bit of time here, we'd like to thank the contest organisers, Greg Taylor and Alex Leon. And they've done an amazing job working with the local guys here, the judges, Craig Haddon, Chico, the ladies and the guys that run around doing all the little jobs, getting the boys their lunches, organising the rash vests, keeping this thing going. Security guys.
We can't forget the webcast crew who have been spectacular throughout the entire event and the entire tour. We can't thank you enough for a great job. Well done. And we're coming down to the last minute and 30 seconds of the Fronton Pro and of the 2012 IBA World Tour. Can Jared Houston maintain his pace and find that 8.52 wave in the last minute and 20 seconds? He's out there in the red jersey. Pierre-Louis Costa in green. PLC, Jared Houston paddling it into this
There
right.
he goes.
Oh,
Ooh.
he just gave up his priority, and that might be the end of the road for Jared Houston. PLC with priority can now fend off Jared Houston from any other wave to come his way. Is that what he's going to do?
Well,
PLC is a competitor. He knows the strategies, and he knows the priority system.
Well, Pierre, like we said, Pierre knocked out Dave Winchester, and he wasn't going to give up here in the final. Pierre's a competitor, and he wants to finish his year on a high, and it looks like he's going to do that. So two amazing young riders. These are the future of the sport, and I think the sport's in good hands from what we've seen today.
Well said. Wow. Manny V here and Nick Mesritz, a.k.a. Mez, holding it down. PLC. Oh, no.
That's Pierre's
he
priority
just
gone.
gave up priority in the last 30 seconds. Is that going to make a difference here at the last 25 seconds? Can Jared Houston now find an 8.52 wave to take that first place spot away from PLC? We are going to hold our breath for the next 12 seconds. And I think, nope, that is it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, there's
Ladies
Pierce.
and gentlemen, there is Ruth, his lovely lady in the pink pullover. PLC is the winner here at the 2012 NMD versus Fronton Pro. Congratulations to PLC.
Well, a great victory from Pierre there, and it's some small consolation to Dave Winchester. If you're going to lose to someone, you'd rather lose to the guy that takes the contest out. So it looked like Jerry had this one wrapped up from the first waves we saw, and that wasn't the case. This is a free surfer now, so the contest is over. But and the guy's going to be charging out there because it's still on fire. But we have their Root, the lovely partner of PLC. She'll be happy. Not quite the same as last year where Pierre took his maiden world title, but Pierre's going to be stoked all the same.
Look at him, look at him, look at him. He's pumped right now. Giving a hands high five to his board caddy. They're going to make his way, and Ruth waving her hands saying, congratulations, honey. You are the 2012 NMD versus Fronton Pro champion. Brahim Idouche